Hi Sagittarius, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your love reading for the week ahead and I've already pulled the Oracle cards, so let's get straight to it. First one we have is No Place Like Home from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and it basically says that this is the card that makes everyone feel at home with you at this time, like maybe you're being your true authentic self and you're making real connections that are meaningful, that people feel like very comfortable in front of you and vice versa, like your tribe, you know. Then we have the Void of Course Moon, and it says nothing will come of this situation. So whatever the situation is, if this is a new relationship that you're asking about, then it's basically saying maybe it's best to kind of change course. But if it's like, you know, something else, you know, it could be a good thing as well, that nothing's coming of this, like if it's something that you're worrying about type of thing. So I'll let you figure out where that fits. And then we have Horse Spirit, and it says freedom is yours, and it came out in reverse, which means the protection message is that maybe if you're feeling stuck, you need to kind of see the path forward, to be able to kind of, you know, gallop out of there. But what it could also mean that maybe you've been on your high horse and you need to like let loose a little bit more and run free and have a bit of fun, you know, like let your hair down. So let's see, what does the tarot have to say for you, Sag? Okay, so first I want to see what are your feelings for your person. We have the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. So this is someone you care a lot about, but it seems like you're needing to kind of have some sort of patience or something at the moment, and you know, just wait and see if your manifestations come in. With the Queen of Cups, like I can see you have deep emotions for this person and you care about them a lot, possibly even love them, but it's like there's some sort of waiting period at the moment. So what, okay, I was going to ask what are their feelings for you, and we have the Devil here. So first things first, they're highly attracted to you, but in kind of like an obsessive way. They could be like obsessively thinking about you at this time, or it's like some sort of unhealthy attachment to you. They could also maybe rely on addictions and that type of thing. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, like things have changed. And I'm kind of getting, I don't know why, but I just heard the wheels are reversed, basically, or the roles are reversed, the wheels are reversed. So maybe it could be that like this is something that you were in before, that you were kind of like toxically addicted to, and now it's the other way around. But they do want to bring change into the situation because they care about you a lot and they feel like you guys are destined in a way to be together. So let's see, what are your intentions with this person? What are Sag's intentions? We have the Five of Wands. Bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups. So I feel like you have kind of fought for this connection, and maybe you still intend to maybe, I don't know, fight with other competition or just fight for this person in general, but you feel like your efforts maybe haven't been reciprocated or appreciated with the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So it's like you're not sure if you should continue fighting for this connection or just let it go, because it's like, you know, they don't notice your efforts anyway, so why should you? Let's see, what are their intentions? Judgment in reverse. So I feel like their intentions are to delay making a decision, like Tower at the bottom of the deck, unexpected decisions. They intend to basically shock you by not coming to a conclusion. Maybe they want to like have this go round and round in circles. I'll get a clarify on that later anyway. And then let's see, what are your next actions towards your person, Sag? We have the Page of Swords. You're kind of just taking a step back and like, you know, wanting to kind of see what they do with the moon at the bottom of the deck, it's kind of like you're hiding the fact that you are still kind of thinking about them, maybe even spying on them a little bit. But like, you know, you're kind of just wanting to kind of get some more information before you make any sudden moves. You might want to send a message, but you're holding back with the moon, or keeping that to yourself. So what are their next actions with you? The Lovers. Why do we keep having all these naked cards? Okay, so their next actions with you, and the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, is to kind of make a decision on whether or not they should continue investing in this connection with you. They do want to come towards you and come into union if you guys are not together at the moment with the Lovers, but it's like, you know, they want to put an effort, but they're wondering, is that effort going to be reciprocated, or are you kind of, you know, are you in this Five of Wands mode, as in just, I'll bat you off basically if you come near me. So what's the outcome this week for the two of you? The Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Pentacles. It seems like you guys are going to be in a relationship. Or at the very least, you know, you guys are going to discuss what commitment means to each of you and see if that's something that you guys can traditionally go for. You know, with the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, it's kind of like this is something that could be full-on marriage at the end of the day, something that you guys could actually commit yourselves to. You know, is that going to be the no place like home, where you guys are going to be there for each other and not feel stuck and be able to still be free? Or is this something that nothing's going to come of the situation? Like, you guys can decide that depending on what you want, you know? So let's get some clarifiers. I just want to see, so what is this Devil? Seven of Wands. I feel like they care about you a lot and they want to fight for this connection, because they feel like, maybe they feel like there's something that they need to stand up for themselves for, and they're like obsessively thinking about this because they've been holding back and maybe they feel like things have been left unsaid. Let's see, what is the Judgment? That's too many. Let's do that again. What is the Judgment in reverse? Six of Wands. I feel like they want to see, they intend for you to kind of, and the Lovers again at the bottom of the deck, they intend to come together with you and kind of like show you that maybe like, that they can be someone that you can appreciate and like rely on in a way, be seen with, maybe it's been like a hidden connection, and maybe they want to express that to you, but they haven't like decided, or they haven't made themselves known towards you. What is, I want to see, what's this Five of Wands? Ten of Cups. I feel like, and then Justice at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you do want to fight for this connection because you feel like it could bring you like happily ever after, but you feel like, you know, like your efforts weren't seen, which maybe you feel is a bit unfair, you know, and maybe that's why you're just waiting to see what happens now. Like, you're not taking any action and hiding the fact that you are still keeping up with their, you know, not their whereabouts, but like, you know, what are they doing, you know, like trying to just, you know, ask around about them or look at their social media or something like that, you know. Okay, let's get some Heart's Hidden Secrets. Okay. So let's see, what is Sag's feelings for their person? It's like, you don't want to tell me what your feelings are. There we go. Time, waiting cycles and moments, and that's kind of similar to this Three of Wands. It's kind of like you're just waiting to see what happens. I feel like maybe you've taken some time to yourself, maybe you're working on yourself, and you know, you felt stuck in that situation and you felt like maybe nothing's going to come of this, so you're just like taking the time. And then we have at the bottom of the deck stress, turbulence, tension, and arguments. That's kind of like that Five of Wands. It could be that maybe this has already happened, or that maybe you feel like when you are around them that they cause you stress with that devil energy. Maybe you can feel like that they're not, you know, healthily attached to you, or you can feel like that there's a bit of toxicity in this connection, and that's why you're like, I just need some time to kind of figure out, you know, and release the stress and get over it. Or maybe like that there's been an argument, now you're kind of like waiting to see what do they do about it, you know. What is Sagittarius person's feelings for them? Chasing, pursuit, toxicity, and resilience. There you go. That's like that devil card. It's like I said, I feel like roles are reversed. It's like they've become the chaser now. And then we have confusion, uncertain, unclear, and unsure. That's that judgment card. They're not sure, like, what do they want to do with this? Do they want to come after you, or do they want to you know, let it go? But it seems like they want to come after you, and like their next action is to make a decision, even though their intention currently is not making one. Okay, so let's get some romance angels. For Sag, what does Sag need to know? We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That could be that Lovers and that Hierophant. What else? Religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, and last one, we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, and then bottom of the deck, we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So maybe it could be about you needing to release this person altogether, like this, you know, getting free from this situation and coming into your authentic self. Could also be that there's a past person that you need to release to be able to move forward with this current person, with the Hierophant being here. Like I said, it is equivalent of this engagement, like, you know, either literally getting engaged, or it could be just going to the next stage of the relationship. And then with the religious factors, it could be that it's actual literal religious factors getting in the way, or like your spiritual path is, you know, venturing off to a different lane. And it's no longer, you're no longer on the same page with this person. Or it could even just be that you guys have different values and they don't, you know, add up with each other. And then forgiving and learning, I do feel like there's something that you do need to heal from, and you need to learn from this situation. Maybe that's what this Page of Swords is like your next actions is to be like, okay, what is my learning from this? You know, how do I go forward with this? And then, you know, take that learning in a traditional sense and either move with them or move on. But, you know, I don't see them, maybe the Judgment in reverse is them asking for forgiveness, but I don't see them being in a healthy stage anyway. Sorry, Sag, I'm going to edit this in so it won't make a difference to you, but I forgot to get some messages from your person, so I'm just adding that in last second while I was busy packing up. So let's just see messages from Sag's person. If they weren't holding anything back, what would they say? I look for you everywhere. So maybe they're, wherever they go, they're kind of keeping an eye out for you, hoping that they'll see you. We have my life is not as together as it seems. Okay. And we have I wish I could take my words back, or take back my words. So maybe they've expressed something that they shouldn't have. And then I hope that one day you can forgive me one day. So I'm going to take these cards back just so that I can get you some advice. Okay. What is the advice for Sag? We have the Five of Wands, the Chariot, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, and then bottom of the deck we have the King of Swords. So I feel like the advice is to kind of get clear on what you want, what your intentions are with this person. You know, if it is wanting to fight for the connection, then the Five of Wands could mean that. or it could mean, you know, fighting for yourself type of thing, or it's like some sort of mental conflict that you need to move past with the Chariot and overcome those obstacles. The Chariot again could mean moving on or moving forward with, you know, it's about overcoming obstacles and being successful in movement forward. 10 of Wands is the advice would be to kind of, you know, if you do have stress about the situation, like we saw with the bottom of the deck of the hidden secrets, I think it is. What is it called? Heart's Hidden Secrets. So with that, it kind of was, there was a card about stress, you know, so the 10 of Wands is equivalent to that. So if there is any stress or burdens, it's about learning how to cope with that, how to let that go and drop those burdens so that you can move on and move forward, you know. And then with the Knight of Swords there, we also have the advice of being able to, you know, usually I would see the Knight of Swords as someone running towards something. In this case, I kind of see you're running away. So maybe the more they chase, the more you're like, no, I can't do this. Like, I'm out of here, you know. Especially with that freedom card, that, you know, you're feeling maybe a bit stuck in the situation. You're kind of like, you know, I need to, some progress needs to be made here. I need to move, you know, even if that's without them. But the Knight of Swords as advice in general would be, you know, just don't let your emotions get you. If you're feeling like upset or angry or anything like that, try and not rush things, you know, and take things slow, but continue to move forward bit by bit. I think the main message here is just to get clear with that King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Get clear on what you want moving forward, you know, and then that, once you're clear on what you want, you can go on with the Chariot and move forward in that direction. So that is what I have for you, Sag. I hope it resonated and that you got a message that helped, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care.